Gag or drag Shrek the musical?
Gag.
Yes! Yeah, that'll make sure people watch the episode. And it'll get people sending you Venmos. Yep. Ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to Unfamous, a podcast where we talk about the art of collaboration and collaboration of all kinds, co-writers, co-creators. And in this episode, we have an artist, if you can believe that this person's an artist, and a manager. And instead of like the awkward podcast thing where I just like talk about what you guys have done in front of you, we make it like a really cute moment where you brag about each other. So you introduce each other to the audience and how you guys collaborate and all the amazing things that you have done and why you love each other. Would you like to introduce Kyle first?
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Kyle is a very, very amazing person and talented manager. Since working with him, he's been able to help me discover who I am as an artist. And he works with famous rock band Duran Duran and fuck.
Kyle!
We love it!
Obsessed.
No, this is crazy.
Okay, Kyle, will you introduce Valencia to everyone?
Valencia Grace is a total freak of nature. And, she's a chameleon of sorts. And I've never seen an artist be able to sort of shape shift throughout her artistry so effortlessly like you do. And she's incredibly kind, collaborative, and so inviting when it comes to the worlds that she creates. And you're like one of the most insane world builders that I've ever seen in music.
And you too, it's because of you that you can help me do that, which has been amazing. I've worked with a lot of people, but no one who I literally feel like I've come into my own because of you. Your ideas are really brilliant. And I'm very lucky that I've caught you now in your career, because one day he's going to be in the newspapers for like being the best manager.
Things, I hope.
God, this is how artists should look, God damn it.
Absolutely.
This is a star. Just really basic question, because I actually don't know this answer. How did you guys find each other?
Yeah, so I work at Megas Entertainment. So the management company that I work for, and Wendy Leister, who's the founder, and then I work on Valencia with, she got an email from Valencia's agent, Winston Simone at Paladin, and about Valencia, all her material, and Wendy sent it over.
Sorry, the tease
it's
done.
so
It's
amazing.
just so good.
Sorry.
Right to the nozzle.
Yes.
So it was just like an introduction through.
Yeah, Wendy sent me the email and just was like, what do you think? And I think it was the video for Super Elastic, which we got sent over. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty like instant. I was like, let's meet with her.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, let me jump in. I was like alone. It was just me. I didn't have a team around me at this point. Well, it's, I guess, tricky to talk about, but I was looking to grow the team again, but I had a period of time on my own, and so I got to figure out who I was, and I got the music. I figured out like aesthetically what I wanted to do, and then I started making videos, and then I started like building this new world, and then it was just like the first thing I thought was, okay, I need to do shows, so I found an agent, and then he's amazing.
Cool.
Winston Simone, and then I said, okay, well, it's really important that we find a good manager. I had such a great flow with my creative team that it was really, really important finding someone who was like-minded, who didn't like interrupt the flow, and could add to it. And then, oh my goodness, like the jackpot.
Yeah.
Seriously.
And I'm gonna ask like super like inside baseball questions, because I'm hoping that people that watch us are trying to like figure out how do you get in the industry, right? Like, because it's such a mystery. So who emailed the management company that Kyle works for to connect the dots? Or did you just like cold email them? Or how did that happen?
It was Winston.
So your agent.
Winston and Wendy knew each other,
Gotcha.
and they were good friends.
Was there a moment you remember where it clicked of like, oh yeah, we have to work together?
Yeah. I mean, we met for like a period of a few months before we like made it official.
Oh, that's smart.
No,
Yeah.
that was amazing. Like something that I really appreciated about them was because I had gone through like some teams before. It was very important to me not to rush it, and they just completely gave me grace to date.
Slow burn relationship.
Yeah. And I think when it clicked, you came to the office and she already had a line of shows booked up, which we just did this past March. But when we started meeting, it was
Crazy that was literally the show run that we were, wow.
But it was last summer that we started talking about it, and she came with you came with a set list of what it was.
A list of songs rather. And
And she just kind of gave it to me and was just like, what do you think? And I said, well, just let me listen through the whole thing and just give me a second.
Yeah.
And
he went, I have the set list. Here's the order.
She let me tweak it so hardcore. And I just said, I think this is what you should do, but like, take this, do whatever you want with it. And then you just kind of like immediately were like, yeah.
It was Kyle. So I'm such a believer of allowing space for the people that I work with and collaborate with, because like, you're really good at your job. I'm gonna do my job and I'll let you do yours, and we can, like lift each other up that way. So I kind of was like, here's the songs that I envisioned me playing.
Yeah.
And then he came up with the whole concept of it being like different acts. And that then inspired me. So, oh God, I could go on, like even about like, I'm thinking about album stuff or even future albums, like projects, like even him telling me or asking me, like, what do you want your mic to look like? I didn't even know that I could like decorate my mic. I don't know why. And so you really just, you opened up just from doing the set list. Like that's how inspiring you are.
Oh, thanks.
I mean, that is that's rare that there's management that is giving creative
Like
feedback
creative.
that the artist actually likes. Because in my band days, in my artist days, I had a couple different managers, and there was one early on who had some good creative ideas, but there was no business infrastructure. He didn't work for a management company. So on the business side, it was a disaster. And then the main manager I had for a long time, all of his creative ideas were the worst things I've ever heard. But he had like a proper business background and blah, 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 blah. So the fact that you have both and you respect both in a manager is very rare.
Jackpot. It's the jackpot. I'm so lucky. And I'm so lucky that I got him before someone else did.
Before the papers, before he's in the news.
No, seriously.
He's in the news.
And I will jump in and say, so Kyle is my brother. And we have been in cahoots since birth.
The voice of God is Morgan, the podcast co-creator and producer.
Exactly. But I will say, anytime Kyle is exploring working with a new artist, I am always one of the first people to get all of the links to all of the work. And Valencia, from the moment he heard, he was like, oh my God, Morgan, like this is the artist. Like this is the artist I've been waiting for. And to watch him just immediately know, like intuitively in his gut, like this is the person I know that I'm gonna be passionate about, and then watch them slowly have those conversations, like, and make sure that they're, personality-wise aligned, and then creatively aligned and strategically aligned has been like a really fun an exciting thing to like watch develop into what they've created now.
Totally.
Yeah. How do you know for both of you when something feels like authentically Valencia Grace? Because the world you're building is so specific, but it's so expansive. So like, I'll start with you, Valencia. Like, how do you know, like, okay, this idea is right for me? And then Kyle, to follow that up, like, how do you know, like, this does, because sometimes artists no matter how great we are, sometimes we have an idea that actually doesn't fit into the world. And we need those collaborators to help us stay in there. So for both of you to answer that question, how do you know when something's like, okay, this is the right thing to do?
I just like come up with it and then that's it.
I mean, honestly, best answer.
Yeah,
It's
like
just,
that's how me
if
it
you
is.
love it, you love it. Yeah.
Like I like this project and like who I'm developing into or what I'm developing into is so authentically me. I like have ideas for everything and they always end up being the video or the thing.
Yeah.
And then it always ends up looking exactly the way I envisioned it.
Yeah.
I really have a great team of people. That's what it is. It's a team of people who really understand you. And I guess your question is, what is Valencia Grace? I don't know. What would you say?
I don't think
Like, how do you know?
I don't think there's ever been a moment yet where I've been like, no.
No, yeah.
or like, I think even actually before we officially started working together, she would come to the office every now and then, or like we do brunch or whatever. And we were in Seaport in New York and we like went for a little stroll and we sat on a bench and she was just like, okay, I'm going to see CJ, her producer, next week. And I have this song that I have an idea for, and let me just sing it to you. And she sang me like You're a Star on a bench.
Oh my God.
And that
Fully a
is
cappella.
so like pop opera cuckoo bananas ass pop song. And she was singing it to me and I was just like, fucking hell, like you're fucking crazy as fuck. And any time, and she does this all the time now too, even with Slut. She FaceTimed me like immediately after she got out of that session with CJ and played me the demo. And
That sounded different.
it's so, everything she's done so far is like, it's not, obviously I'm biased, but I don't feel like she's chasing any trends really. It's like in her own space. So
Yeah.
I don't think I've had that moment with her yet where I've been like, no.
I also
Or-
think that we're at the start of developing Valencia Grace.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of, it's like the world is really our oyster.
Right. And
It will
you're
become more redefined.
building, yeah.
Exactly.
When did like the pop meets opera thing be like, okay, this is it?
Okay, I like really know how that started. And it's because I'm not a belter. So like I used to say that I was like an alto mezzo and I never sang high because I couldn't. And then I realized that all I could do was falsetto but that's boring. And also I thought I had like, or boring if you do it too much. I'm like, so falsetto is like weak. And so I was like, how do I make this more interesting? So I kind of just started having fun. And also like, I'm a theater kid. So
Same,
it's
yep.
it's in me to be dramatic and to be weird. And, you know, like I auditioned for like Beauty and the Beast when I was a kid. I auditioned for Gaston. So I auditioned like this, my song. Like I just loved putting voices in.
Did you land the role?
I did.
Yes.
Now,
And
when,
it's on YouTube.
no, it's on YouTube?
Like, I'm just gonna say, like, I used to go to YADA, Youth Academy of Dramatic Arts, when I lived in LA.
Yeah.
And shout out to YADA because I am who I am today, looking the way that I am because of you. And it was just this musical theater school, and I've done like over 30 productions. I was
Wow.
always like the male lead because I had a low voice.
Right.
Until I learned that I could do this.
I was like low voice, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's when I auditioned for Annie. I just assumed they were going to cast me as Annie, and I was deeply upset.
Fuck, who did you get?
Bert Healy, the radio host. Hey, hobo man. Hey, Dapper I was deeply obsessed, but theater did change my life, and I went to an arts high school as well.
Yeah.
and that is why I'm the person that I am, 100%.
It's just the best.
Yeah.
It's the best. And I think that a lot of people, I had someone's mother tell me, like, my kid is in musical theater and they're getting bullied for it. So like what do you think of that? And I'm like, girl, like, I'm so theatrical, and like if your like daughter likes listening to music, I'm like, listen to my music and understand that it is so cool to love musical theater and to love the arts. It is not cringy.
Well, also nothing's come out yet, but I've been lucky enough to be working on a few musicals. Writing musicals is the hardest thing in the world. It is the deepest level of collaboration. There's like 100 people involved. It is like, I love pop music. It's obviously changed my life, but writing a pop song is so fucking easy compared to trying to write a musical. It's like musical theater is, if people think it's cringy, it's just like, then you're just boring.
Exactly.
You're just boring.
No whimsy in your life.
And you can't like, it's not my fault you can't suspend disbelief and that you're upset that they started singing. You know what I mean? Like, well, there's music playing at the fucking Ralph's. So why can't there be music mid-conversation? God damn it. I have a question. Morgan wrote this question and I really, really like it because I think it's interesting. Very interesting. I'm just gonna read the question directly. Normally I try to phrase it like I'm not reading it, but this one, I don't wanna mess it up, so I'm just gonna say it. How has bringing friends, family, and partners into the artistry changed the emotional energy of the work? Obviously, like Morgan has worked on some stuff with you guys and their siblings. Like, how has bringing these close relationships into your art made it feel better, worse?
No, I have my answer.
Okay, if you could stop talking and let me finish, thank you so much.
And basically, no. So when I was first, I'm independent now, but when I was first with the label, I was getting like directors, like, or photographers or whoever, like given through kind of the world and the company of the label.
Pitched at you.
Yeah,
and like
pitched to me.
Pre-approved.
Yeah, or like they do a lot of stuff with the label. And then my first manager, he told me that, and I thought it was ridiculously unfair, but it's the truth. But it's that normally artists like tour with their friends, like bring their friends to support them, or you end up having a band that's like with your friends, or you end up finding your creative team, and it takes time. And hearing that as someone who doesn't have that, you're like, well, that's not fucking fair because I don't have that.
Right.
You know, how do I find that?
Yeah.
And it really has taken me this long.
Yeah.
It changes everything, having your friends in your team.
Yeah.
Like all of my creative team, it's not like through a label. Like I found these people in the woods. I captured them. I put them in little boxes and now they're mine.
Your fairies.
My little fairies.
Yeah.
Yes, it truly changes everything. And it's one of the most frustrating things as an artist to hear, especially as someone who's starting out, because that doesn't give me anything.
Yeah.
But it really just is that.
Yeah.
You just got to be patient and know that if you are being authentically yourself, you are going to attract people who are also like-minded.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like I found my partner, my boyfriend, who I do all of my music videos with. Like, he wasn't even a director when I first met him. And he said one day, like, I really want to be a director. I said, okay, you're a director, direct my music video.
And they're really good.
So good.
He's doing an amazing
He's
job.
so
Billy
good.
is insane.
Yeah.
He's one of the most talented directors and photographers.
And how does it feel to be directed by your boyfriend?
To be directed by Mr. Billy Cole Landers. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I think that we also, because we're like involved romantically, we have to learn how to respect each other professionally. So it also, I guess, like helps us learn how to respect each other. You know, like we're working professionally and also in front of people, but we're also both really young. So we're just learning how to look after each other and to be supportive and healthy, I guess.
Yeah.
And also shout out to one of the few straight male directors I've ever worked with who goes in with no fucking ego and actually truly collaborates. Like he really is such a gem.
Wow.
No, he's spectacular, and I'm so excited to see what he's going to do and what we're gonna keep doing together.
So cool.
I'm just excited to get bigger budgets. I can't wait to have more money.
Stares directly in my eyes. And I will say that, like, even just going back to earlier, like, I am super careful when it comes to like giving out creative sort of input when it comes to the artist, just because I don't know, as a manager, I don't want to overstep too much on that front, but she is so inviting in these worlds that she creates. So like, even when we talked about the set list, like, I didn't really feel hesitant to do that. Like, you did make me feel super comfortable. And I think in terms of how all these other collaborations have come about, like, yeah, you just offer up so much space to other people, and like, you know, have allowed me to bring Morgan in for like the Slut video and then also the Voodoo video. And one of my best friends in the whole entire world, Alex Young, who's an amazing designer, he created her spine mic for her tour. This insane with Kenna, who's your friend and who's also amazing. But yeah, it's just been really cool to be able to, I don't know, just bring all these freaks together and have it go really well, because that can be a fine line to walk when you're bringing in friends and family and other people. You never really know how it's going to go, but it's been pretty seamless so far. So it's really cool.
And Valencia, a little lesbian birdie named Morgan told me that you're gonna play a song for us on this gorgeous antique piano.
Well, I felt like it's only right.
I mean, it'd be disrespectful to not
kind of rude.
Bless her.
Yeah, very rude of me.
Very rude. Okay, great.
How do picture frames hold so many lies? Is it just me that can see it in their eyes? How many are unnoticed? We bury to move on. So little of the secrets will ever be heard. And I remember playing outside. He was a father and I was 5. How does it feel to hear my grown self say, your fleeting memories, for me they stay.
Hello, my little unfamous friends. So, the thing about the algorithm, Lil Miss algorithm, is that she doesn't want to let people know about our podcast unless she thinks that people love it. So if you follow this podcast, what do the old school YouTubers say? Like, subscribe, and follow. If you do that for me, then you will help the unfamous message of the beauty of the art of collaboration reach more people. So please do me just a cute little favor and follow this podcast and share it and do all those fun things. Bye. Kyle, when you're working on more established acts versus artist who's about to break into the stratosphere, how different is that thought process? How different does that job as a manager look, like managing people who've been quote unquote successful for decades versus someone who is fighting the good fight to get bigger budgets?
Yes. There are some similarities, very light similarities, but it's obviously it's just so different.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it is. I think the way I started out in management, first of all, was I've been doing this for 5 years now, and Wendy Laister, who I work with, took the biggest damn risk on me. Like, the biggest. I had no experience. I was doing all these different like production assistant work. I was working with musicians here and there, but not to a management capacity. But she needed someone to get on board with Duran with her and just threw me into the deep end, and I just had to like survive and figure it out. And I learned so much through that, but it's so different than building an artist. I would say working with an emerging artist is 20,000 times harder.
Can you, in case, hopefully there are like aspiring managers watching, like get in the weeds for just 2 minutes for me. In the differences of like, what does a day look like helping Wendy on Duran Duran, and what does a day look like, doing Valencia?
For Duran, it definitely evolved. I mean, at first it was a lot more day-to-day stuff, whether it's, getting things prepped for touring. When I started, they came out with an album 2 weeks after I started called Future Past, which is amazing. And then they went on tour immediately. They were doing press all over the place. They got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that first year. Oh my God. I had no idea what the fuck was going on. I was literally I was kind of scrambling to do anything I could. I just wanted to do a really good job. So it was anything from just doing like the admin work to making sure they were getting to places on time to fucking anything, really.
Yeah.
There isn't a specific sort of sheet of your roles and responsibilities for management. You're wearing so many hats. And, because Duran has been around for like over 4 decades now, in terms of the creative, they're already established creatively, so I didn't really have much input there at all. But with someone like Valencia, it's sort of starting from the ground up. So there's a lot of room for possibility there. And I think it's a little hard to explain, I guess, but it is just a totally different world. I'm just trying to build her up and trying to help her with her image, and also just making the right decisions and just getting you with the right people and in front of the right people. And also just like protecting mental health.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
Like, you're also like one of my closest friends, and like, I'm going to shut up, I'm going to cry. Yeah.
Please explain finger guns.
Anytime we're about to start crying, we just point finger guns at each other in hopes that they stop.
That they stop.
There was one moment. I'm just going to tell this really stupid story really quick. That'll hopefully make you laugh. But there was a moment on her tour in DC. We played at this venue called Songbird, which is this really cute venue. And she was just ripping on the piano. I think it was Picture Frames that you were singing. Yeah. And she started crying during the song. And then she luckily turned to the left near the curtain where I was like standing, and I looked at her and I just go,
you ever just see Kyle on the floor like this?
And that made everything better, I think.
Yeah.
And that show was kind of a hot ass mess.
No, but it was amazing. I like bent down one too many times. I ripped my skirt because ass too fat.
Hey, that's a good problem to have.
We like kissed on stage.
By accident. I'm like trying to rip her skirt off for her because it's hanging on by a thread. I can't get it off, and like.
Or no, it was. But you come on to help me with my guitar because I was born with I was very lucky with my genes and have been given this lovely head of hair. However, putting on a guitar strap, yes. So I have Kyle help me, and I said, okay, well, if you come on stage, you always have to like give me a little kiss before you go. And then there was one in DC when we both accidentally looked at the right time and we kissed on stage and everyone went, ooh.
So that is
amazing.
a big difference of managing an emerging artist.
Oh my God, if I did that to Simon Le Bon, I think I'd literally just die.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Valencia, for you, when you went from a label, right, which when we're young musicians, we all think like a label is the answer to every problem.
Well, because
you
don't know anything about the music industry unless you either like really make the effort to learn about it or you're in it. And then, so you think labels it.
And so when you went from being a label to independent, how did that emotionally feel for you? And what do you think it meant for your career?
I remember like brainstorming ways of how I could call like the president of the label to like convince him that it would be worth keeping me on. Like, I was not okay. I literally thought that it was the end for me.
Right.
And I mean, maybe that's dramatic, but I wasn't happy, obviously, because I was, you know, I was losing who was gonna pay for my shit?
Yeah. Right.
So,
Period.
so I'm like, damn, I'm gonna be like real poor after this. And then I literally, like, thank God they dropped me so that I didn't get shelved. They like respected me enough as an artist to let me free, because they very well could have been like, okay, but let's just place a bet on Valencia and let's keep them in the label. And then it's like, you can't release anything, you can't do anything. So I'm very happy, but at the time it was absolutely terrifying. But the good news was that I had lawyers that were able to argue a sum of money that would that was, because if you're signing an artist, I was 17 when I was signed, and so the whole like purpose of giving an advance is so that you quit your coffee job or your job at like Tesco's. So they hire you, so they give you an advance so that you quit your jobs, and then when they drop you, yes, you're an artist, but like, come on, you know, you like have no job, and you have no income, and also depending on where you are in your career. And I was able to argue a sum of money being like, I deserve, like, you need to let me go with something. And so it was that money that I took myself to New York and then stopped working with my management.
No, but this is actually all very, very interesting because I think so much of what happens in the music business is such a fucking mystery. Yes. And you just saying, when they wanted to drop me, my lawyers found a way for them to give me a little bit of money to leave.
So you can do that.
That is going to change so many people's lives, because so much of what happens in those inner workings, I was dropped 4 times. I never had a lawyer do that for me. So now I was in the music business in a much less ethical era when I was an artist. So I don't know if it could have done that for me if they wanted to, but just hearing that's possible is really
possible.
Important. It's like, kids need to know that, because we all think, well, whatever the label wants, whatever they say, I just want to fucking pay my rent and be able to eat from music.
Right.
Let the label help me. But then we learn a lot of times the label doesn't help you, but you found a situation where you were able to leave with a little bit of money in your pocket, which is awesome.
I left with enough to move me out to New York and fund my whole project like myself.
Do you think that your artistry changed and benefited from that freedom?
Yes. So I believe I was still with my, I can't even remember. I had a like a catch-up coffee with my friend Biba, who's another artist, and she told me that there was like a bit of me that I wasn't honoring, and I reflected on that, and she just reminded me that I was a musical theater kid, and but you know, she was reminding me like, you can still keep your darkness, but like, go and honor that part of you. Yeah. And I then was like, okay, shit. Like, maybe, I guess when I started being an artist, I was writing songs because I was like depressed and sad and lost, and I had no friends. So I had to like tell my story somehow. And then once I got better, it was like, what do I write about? So now, then learning that I could be theatrical and that was an opening, then like I could write, even like the topics to write about can, you know, expand. Yeah. There's so much more possibilities.
Do you think you would sign with a label again?
For money.
For money, yeah.
I need money. If you want this to keep going, someone give me some money, because damn.
A label or just a Venmo.
Or like an angel investor. Sugar daddy, sugar mommy, anyone. My DMs are open. Kyle also checks them, so we've got eyes on everything. I swear to God.
When You started sharing parts of Slut and Voodoo before those songs. By the way, that's just the most iconic thing I've ever seen. Just the nozzle to the head is just so cunt. It's so cunt. And there's no way to not acknowledge it while it happens. There's no way I can just act like that's normal. So please keep doing it, but also know that I'm gonna keep doing that.
That's okay.
You started sharing parts of Slut and Voodoo online before they were done, before they were out, is that something you had done in the past, or what was the thought process with that?
Always. I mean, social media is like 15-second like clips. So there was even a time when I would just write to the point, like I'd write a verse and a chorus and I'd be really happy with it and I'd post it online.
Yeah.
But that was like when I was just writing, like, I mean, I'm writing a lot now, but like I was less like, now I feel like
intentional,
like I'll finish the song. Like it's more intentional, definitely.
Gotcha.
Like I want to write a song to put it out, and then I'll promote. Excited to promote it rather than I've written enough to post on social media. I'm gonna post on social media. If it reacts well, I guess I'll finish it. Like I don't do that.
What made you change that thought process? Because that concept is not new to me, because lots of people your age do that. But in my old person brain, that's like, whoa, that's crazy to post it before it's done, blah, blah, blah. Which I don't think there's a right or wrong way. I think it's actually really cool. So that's why I'm asking questions. Like what made you stop doing that? What made you change that?
It was, I think just I write less and I write more intentionally because I'm not sad anymore. So I think when I was younger, I wasn't doing as well as I was now. And so there was a lot more to pull from, I guess, or I had a lot more to kind of sieve through. Whereas now I'm like happy. I'm a happy person and I'm excited about being an artist. And so now I'm like approaching my artistry slightly differently.
Yeah.
But of course, like, what happened with Voodoo was something happened and then I was like, I'm gonna fucking write a song, motherfucker. And then yeah, it's like then I will post it straight away. But I hadn't finished it then. So I guess it really depends on like where the song comes from.
I have to say about Voodoo, she called me when she found out about the thing that the song is about and told me about what was going on. And then she was just like, okay, I'm gonna go write a song, and hung up FaceTime without me even saying, okay, goodbye. And literally like, probably like 45 minutes later, she came back and FaceTimed me and just played me the draft of the song. I was like, holy fuck. It was crazy.
Amazing.
Just ripped it.
As a manager, what are your thoughts about when you should start teasing a song? When you like, do you have like strategy behind that, or is it just the wild, wild west and it doesn't fucking matter?
I definitely do try and offer up strategy when we're doing like a rollout of a single or whatever. And I do try and give Valencia some sort of like skeleton groundwork of how we should maybe do it. But also she is like, she knows social media in and out better than I think anyone. So she kind of also just does her own thing. So even if I'm like, let's not start teasing it until like 3 weeks from now. And then 10 minutes later, she's like already started teasing it. And I'm just like, honestly, whatever, you know what you're doing. So I think it depends.
Yeah.
She'll do whatever she wants.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
But I need also like in terms of like knowing which song to put out, like time frame wise, it was December, not like last December, but before. And so this was pre Magus.
Like a year and a half ago.
A year and a half ago. And so I went. Okay, first person I thought about, CJ Barron. Shout out CJ Barron. We love you. I reached out to him. And
did you know him?
I was following just quickly on how I know him. I was following the Portals, Melanie Martinez's album, Rollout. And I just thought it was spectacular. And so I was curious. I followed it. When the record came out, I just thought, wow, I've never heard these sounds before, like production approached in this way before. And I was immediately in this beautiful, beautiful universe. And I loved the way that Melanie's vocal was done as well. And I just was like, who is it? Saw it was CJ Barron. So I followed him on Instagram, did the whole like Instagram flirting thing, you know, and that we connected. And then I did a session with him but I couldn't like afford him. It's all like, oh, to money. I'm sorry.
Someone Venmo this girl.
But like I couldn't afford him, and that's just like it. Like even if you connect with someone, you love someone, like also the reality is that like things cost a lot, and I couldn't. It wasn't, stars did not align.
Yeah.
And then I got dropped by everyone you could possibly imagine, and was left completely alone. And he was the first person I thought about, and then I reached out to him, and then we wrote. So then back to the timeline, we wrote. I got like dropped and everything in October. November was like, you know, calling CJ and figuring, you know, like, let's book this. When are you free? December, he was free. We had like a 5-day session. The first day we wrote Everything Reminds Me of You. The second day we wrote The Holy Trinity. The third day we wrote On Repeat. The fourth day we wrote Petal and the Thorn.
Petal and the Thorn is so beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
It is so good. I listened to it this morning and blown away.
Thank you. That one, she gets a time live. We can't, you know, we're not putting her out yet. It's not the time yet, but I really appreciate that. It is so beautiful and spooky and gorgeous. But yeah, no. So the timeline, like we had these like 4. Actually ended up only being 3, wasn't it? So Everything Reminds Me of You, On Repeat, and The Holy Trinity. I would then have to go. We'd put out a song. It would have to be whatever the song we wrote in the session was, but luckily it was, you know, we had really good chemistry.
Yeah.
So we liked the songs, and then I put out a song, go, oh shit, need a new one. I'd come back here, write a new one, put it out. I'd go, okay, shit, time for a new one.
Awesome.
And then whilst doing that, we'd be prepping, because I do videos for everything. We'd be prepping the videos and everything of the next one while the other one was rolling out. It was insane.
Cool.
But like that's also why like there wasn't really much say on what came out next, because I only had
What was
limited
done.
what was done.
Yeah.
But like now, what's next? What's after Voodoo?
I don't think we know yet.
I have no idea. We actually have some songs
there's
now.
some
There's
stuff.
they're piling up now.
Cool.
You know, I got some bitches to write about. So.
Cracks knuckles.
Some shit has happened recently. Yeah.
Stare the camera down.
Yeah.
Give it to him.
Yeah.
Is there a moment that both of you can think of in your careers, doesn't have to be together, but in your careers, that like you look back and you can't believe you did that because it was like a huge mistake, but you grow from it and you learn? Because I think, again, trying to help people learn from this podcast, like, is there something you did, oh, that was total like an industry faux pas or a creative faux pas or something that you're like, I can't believe I did that? No, you're both perfect. Okay, next question.
Well, I think I've had so many fuck ups. I mean, I've fucked up so many times. I don't think there's been anything like monumental. Otherwise, I don't think I'd be sitting here right now. But there's been so many times. Like the industry moves so fucking quickly.
Yeah.
And your head will just be spinning around and around, and it's so hard to keep up sometimes. And like, unfortunately, sometimes you will just like drop the ball or forget to do something. And listen, yeah, that's happened many times. I'm not perfect at all. And I think you kind of just have to fuck up in order to do better next time. There's one little tiny mistake that I'm thinking of right now where I booked her flights to go to London for a show, and I accidentally put her stage name, Valencia Grace, on all her flight info. And
so she couldn't get on the plane.
Well, it was a whole thing.
It was just a whole thing. So don't make that mistake, please. It's really annoying, especially it's just you can't go through.
We figured it out.
No, we did.
I'm so sorry. But
no, it's okay. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Yeah, I don't know. Mistakes are like what you learn. I'm very like, I will never answer the question like, what would you say to your younger self if you blah blah blah. Like, I would not say anything. Like, maybe I just don't understand the question, but like I just think that we are here because of all the things we had to learn somehow.
Yeah.
It's also a great way to learn about conflict resolution, and that really teaches you like if like a partnership is compatible. Like that's so important to learn from.
Absolutely.
This is a question we ask every episode, which is, what was the song or movie or musical or whatever it was in your life that ruined your life and you were like, oh fuck, now I must be an artist. I must work in the arts.
Yeah.
What was the thing that was like, oh, well, that's it now. This is what I have to do for the rest of my life, no matter how torturous it is.
You want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. So I don't have a single song, but the whole entire soundtrack for the OC.
Oh my God, are you straight?
Like low-key maybe. No, but literally that soundtrack, I don't care. It's so fucking good. And
No, it's very good. It's just very broy, so that's why I'm
is it
surprised.
broy?
Well, it's like straight girl. It's like straight girls / broy adjacent.
Well,
yes.
I was
California. Yeah, that's for bro.
Not like that theme.
Great song.
Totally.
Great song.
But when I think about the OC, also like I think I was like 8 years old when that came out, and Morgan and like all her high school friends would watch it in the basement, and I would like sneak in the basement and watch it behind the couch. But that's how I first found out about like Imogen Heap, Daft Punk, The Killers.
Okay, that's awesome. Never mind. Never mind. That's a lot chicer than I thought, to be honest. I wasn't giving the OC credit that it was due.
And the way they utilized those songs in the context of the TV show, it just like, I was like, holy shit, I didn't know I could like feel like this.
I love that.
I always credit that as the reason why I work in the industry.
I mean, I love that a lot, actually. But I think my main connection to OC is that the original guitar player in my band was definitely having like a mental breakdown and watched the entire series of the OC like 4 times in a row.
I do that too. Yes.
So, and he is known to like some very broy music. So that's what washed over me when you said that. So apologies.
That's okay.
I didn't know there was Imogen Heap and the Killers.
Yes. Oh my God, there's an insane moment with Hide and Seek, and SNL did this amazing spoof off of it where like Marissa Cooper shoots Ryan's brother, and it's like just so stupid and but so amazing, and you feel so many things. But yeah, it's the soundtrack is so
okay.
good.
I'm gonna do my homework.
You have to,
so I can be more respectful to your answer. Do you have your answer, Valencia?
Shrek the musical. I love Shrek the musical.
Wait, who wrote Shrek? Who wrote the songs to Shrek the musical? Someone needs to Google. Someone Google. I need to know this answer.
I actually spoke because I did a podcast. It was the one with
the Audio Technica podcast.
That was great because he knew all the lore about like everyone.
Everything.
Yeah, I was like, check the musical. He went, don't you love? And I was like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, no.
To be honest, I'm a big, huge theater fan, but I actually did not know there was a Shrek the musical.
I've pulled it up, and the composer is Janine Tesori, and the lyricist and book writer is David Lindsay Abair.
Okay. I have more homework here. The OC and Shrek the musical.
Story of my
Keeping
life.
you on your toes.
What is it about Shrek the musical that connects with you so deeply? Did you play Shrek? Because you said you played all the male roles.
I played Fagin. Wait,
Which
is that his? No, wait, that's an Oliver. Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
I was like, there's a character named
What'd you call me?
This podcast is over.
No, see, I was Fagin, who was the male
Lord?
I was Lord Farquaad. I was on my knees.
Oh my God. How old were you playing Lord, what's his name?
Farquaad?
Farquaad.
What'd you call me? Oh my God. I was under the age 11.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's just like...
Is he the one with like the weird
Yes,
wig?
the fuck ass Bob.
Love.
What a present surprise. He's like, walks on his knees.
So while you were playing the Lord, you were like, that's it. I'm going to make music till the day I fucking die.
And it was actually like, okay, so maybe I'm just really really inspired by Shrek the musical. There's the version, like the original version that of like the Broadway, like the first show. It's on Netflix, I think, or at least it's on YouTube. And I love it because it's a story about someone who feels different and they don't have any friends.
Yeah.
And they meet like other freaks, and that was me.
Yeah.
I was eating my lunch at school for a period of time with my, like, in the bathroom with my feet up, like
Hiding.
Yeah, it was fucking embarrassing.
No, that's fabulous. I think anyone who had friends like before they were 16 is not cool.
No.
I just think I started having friends at theater camp when I was, I guess, 12. But like if you had friends at like normal school at the age of 9, you suck now.
Weird.
That's
Yeah.
just
Weird.
weird behavior. Okay, Shrek the musical. I'm gonna do my research. Research.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I found it during the lockdown was when I was properly listening to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, it just got me through it. Like, I know the whole soundtrack and like the songs are really good. There's like Princess Fiona, she grows up in a tower. So she was like there's a song and it's like, I know it's today. Like, I know I'm gonna get out today. And it like baby her. And then she extends the note and goes around the tower. And then as she's extending the note, the older one comes out at the, and then it's just so cool.
Oh, like the time lapse.
Yeah, I know
okay,
it's
cool.
today. And then it's an older person playing Fiona. Hey, there's a princess, any princess.
Okay,
it's like
that's
so good.
I will do my
Take
homework.
your pick, they're all like me.
I love it. Speaking of pop operas, you are building your own pop opera and you're taking your live show to Lollapalooza.
Yes.
Tell me about that creatively. And then Kyle, I want to know from you when you're the difference of an artist doing a show on their normal tour versus a festival. What logistically goes into that? So for you, Valencia, creatively, what are you thinking differently for Lollapalooza? And don't know spoilers, but just in terms of like the creative process, or spoilers if you want, but
No. I am okay, let me think about how to answer this. So as I'm putting out all these singles, I'm like discovering myself quite literally, like before everyone's eyes. Like, I haven't had this character developed for a while or anything. So I'm discovering who this is, and with every video, and every song, I'm slowly starting to even get inspired about like album territory. And so what I'm doing now is figuring out how to implement the storyline and create the storyline so that when you look back, you can see the birth of, this whatever character I end up coming up with for the album.
yeah.
Whatever character.
Whatever character.
But yeah, again, my ideas are quite like, I'm very whimsical, and like I have a lot of crazy things that I really want to do, and again, it costs so much. So I mean, that's I know I keep saying it, but that's really just it. Like, I'm just trying to figure out how to make my wildest dreams come true with the, little exposure that I have.
We talked about this yesterday because me and Valencia wrote together yesterday. That's my camera. We wrote together yesterday. It was amazing. I played the stage that you're playing at Lollapalooza. I played it in 2010.
I'm so honored.
It was a pretty iconic, life-changing moment for me. And that stage, the BMI stage at Lollapalooza, has like changed a lot of people's lives. So I can't wait to see what it does for you.
Oh, thank you.
It's a really special stage. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
just like knowing that lore and getting to go on that same stage, knowing that you did all that crazy shit on there is so cool. You are going to possess me through the stage. And
yes, many people were injured. Many, lots of insurance policies went through the roof. I'm not kidding. You can look it up.
Obsessed.
Gaga came to our set unannounced. We didn't know she was coming, and she stage dove off of it, which at the peak of her fame, this is 2010. So many, we got lots of press for it, but her manager at the time was like, amazing press moment. Thank you. However, our insurance policies just like doubled. And I was like, what? It wasn't even her show. She was just partying. She was partying at 4 p.m. Why does that affect? I don't know. That's more year. So now, as a manager, worried that an artist is going to ruin their insurance policies.
Yes, please don't do that.
How do you think about a festival gig versus a normal gig?
I think this one's interesting because we've only done shows like in just sort of little venues where like she goes on at 10 p.m. and you're like in an enclosed space.
Controlled.
It's controlled, and I think we've kind of started talking about the logistics actually.
Controlled. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about that like girl who fell on stage.
That's true. Some girl
got really drunk
on the first show of this tour just fell on stage.
Fell onto stage?
Onto the stage.
On my small, tiny stage. She was at my feet.
A star, a
Poor
legend.
girl. Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
There you go. It's punk. But yeah, I mean, we've started talking about the logistics of this one and the creative, and there's definitely things that we'll have to adjust because it is going to be sort of an iteration of the super elastic pop opera show.
It's just evolving.
But it's evolving and morphing. So, and then, you know, again, she's playing outside like at 1 p.m. in daylight. So there's a lot of things that were involved in the original show that will just have to be tweaked, but will probably become cooler and more interesting and greater because of that.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's I don't know if you spent much time in Chicago, but Lollapalooza is so special because it's one of the rare festivals that are like in the heart of the city. So you actually can like, it's not like Coachella where you are stranded.
Right.
It's like you can like just go to like a really nice restaurant. And when I say nice, I don't mean expensive unless that's your vibe. But as we've learned from this conversation, she needs money.
I was just gonna say.
So, but it's like the whole city's right there.
Right.
It's a really special festival. It's really, really cool.
I think there's something really cool too about someone like you in a full Valencia or dot look in the daylight.
Broad fucking daylight,
that's
honey.
so buffed up
Mm-hmm.
and like so wrong that it's just going to be so amazing.
Yeah.
You're gonna
And
be like,
those
"What the
fans
fuck?"
that are going to be there, they
Yeah.
don't fucking care that it's broad daylight. They're
No.
going to be thrilled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this will. I'm like, this will be my first time wearing
The wig.
on a festival stage.
Yeah.
It's not a wig.
Look out for the not a wig, everybody. Get excited. Okay, so to end every episode, we play a game called Gag or Drag. You both speak the lingo, so I don't have to explain it to you, but for anyone who's watching this for the first
Sorry,
time,
gag on
gag
what?
means you love it, drag means you hate it, okay? So, gag or drag, rebranding so hard people think you're a different person.
Gag.
I would say gag
It's
too.
a total gag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
okay,
hell?
great. Gag or drag being called too theatrical for the mainstream music business.
Gag.
Being called too theatrical?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You love it because fuck
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. I was like hearing that. Yeah, okay, gag.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I was hearing what you were hearing too, but I like that you flipped it. You're like, call me too theatrical.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm too much of everything, girl. Like,
Like, theater's just the tip
I
of
was-
my...
this is just the tip. Yeah.
So I was hearing it more like, oh, she's just too I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah, but even
Right.
if
Yeah.
gag,
Yeah.
gagged people hating me. I don't
There
care.
you go.
Yeah.
Okay, gag.
Go.
Industry gatekeepers showing up after it's already working.
Drag.
Wait, one more time. Industry gatekeepers showing up after it's
Like after something's already,
Oh,
it's already
fucking
killing
fuck
it.
off.
Yeah, fuck off. Yeah,
yeah,
drag.
drag.
Yeah, okay, great. I somehow missed this when I pre-read these, Morgan. I really like this. Gag or drag, pronouns in your bio changing how people hear your music.
Whoa.
Your sister's deep over there, honey.
Changing how people view your music, drag? As in, like, I wouldn't want people to see my pronouns in my bio and then not like my music.
Yep.
Is that what that means?
I think it's a gag because it's the right people finding your music and connecting with it and then realizing that. Like, especially so Valencia and I have had some conversations about understanding like who they are. And Valencia has been leading with they, them pronouns. And we went to a show, Chrissy Chlapeka, shout out. But there were so many people who were running up to Valencia, and it was like queer people, trans people, non-binary people being like, are you Valencia Grace? I know you are. Like what you're doing, putting out queer music, I'm like really connecting with. So I think it's a gag for the queer community.
Yeah.
But also drag if people are.
If it's negative.
I see what you're saying,
Totally.
but totally gag because it's like, yeah, bitch, I am a they them. Yeah, and you like my music. How about that? You know? Then oh yeah, people who like have an issue with that, they're like, well, fuck, I guess.
Yeah.
This one we've already addressed, but I'm going to say it again because you love it so deeply. Gag or drag, Shrek the musical.
Gag.
Yes! That will definitely be like the what do you call it? The teaser. It's like gluck, gluck, gluck. Yeah, that'll make sure people watch the episode, and it'll get people sending you Venmos. Yep. Gag or drag. Gag or drag, men who are blonde as adults.
You are the biggest fucking bitch I've ever met. I'm just kidding.
I really love it. I think you look so hot.
First of all, I was born a blonde, white hair.
Yes, you were.
What'd you say?
I said, yes, you
What'd
were.
you say?
Yes.
Born.
Listen,
She said born a blonde. No,
born a blonde.
you know, I can relate to you on this moment. I was platinum until I was about 33. Like platinum, not even blonde, platinum. And Darian Darling, makeup artist, visionary, who's sitting right here. Darian is still upset with me that I no longer bleach my hair. She still thinks I've betrayed her. And that
we were like a duo. It was great. And we looked amazing.
yeah.
together.
And so, but I feel first of all, once I saw the silver come in.
I love silver.
I was like, all right, I'm just not going to deal with it.
Yeah.
Also, my hair is proudly thinning. I love getting old. I'm not going to fucking touch anything.
Right.
I'm going to let myself get as old as possible.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Visually, emotionally, run down. But also, I do have the feeling of like, there's like this thing, you're still way younger than me. This thing of like people who used to be rock stars who no longer are.
Right.
Even though I'm a rock star in my own world, I'm not a rock star on stage. Anyone who used to be a rock star who's still bleaching their hair makes me like want to like do like a 5150. So I just can't do that for myself.
This was a 5150. But, you know, I honestly thought I would never do it again because I went to like pitch black hair essentially. And I didn't want to touch my hair. But I was just like, fuck it. Let me
like the
bleach
blonde.
a sliver of my eyebrow and put some skunk in my hair and then I'll turn 30 and then I'll stop.
What I like the most about this is that a lot of times our gag or drag questions end up not being rapid fire. And I like that Morgan insulting you via gag or drag question ended up being our most discussed.
Yes.
Our most discussed topic. Gag or drag, your artist answering a FaceTime meeting painted completely green without warning.
Oh my God, Morgan!
She knows too much.
Oh my God, because I was Shrek.
She literally went on TikTok live, painted herself green, and performed the whole Shrek the Musical. I'm shaving my face. What was it? It must have been
This was
before a Zoom call or
recently.
something. Yeah. And she FaceTimes me and she's just fucking green. And I'm like, girl.
My God.
It was really fun.
I mean, it sounds very fun.
It was a gag.
What was there an actual meeting after the after this?
I
No,
think-
it was just.
I obviously
Existing.
had a free day.
Gag or drag, dressing for the lore instead of practicality.
Gag.
Gag.
Yeah, of course.
I literally wanted to throw up putting this on. Yeah.
And that's how you know it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now
if-
I'm comfortable, but like, oh my God, when you're like cold trying to get dressed and like then the thought of putting on a wig, but then you're like, once you put it on and you relax into it, then it's iconic.
And the wig does make you warm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gag or drag, making art that would have scared your younger self.
Gag.
Gag, yeah.
Total
Yeah.
gag.
Yeah, complete gag. Yeah. I mean, I think about that even for myself as a pop songwriter. You know, not every day do I get to work with people as experimental and fabulous as you are. A lot of it's super down the middle, which I'm very grateful for because it provides for me and my whole family. So no shade for down the middle pop, but it would have terrified my younger self, my two different versions of my younger self. The theater kid would have been like, pop music, you're disgusting, you're a sellout. And then the glam punk version of me would have been like, pop music, you're disgusting, you're a sellout. So even when I make pop songs, it scares my younger self. And I think that that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gag or drag trans rights.
Gag.
Gag. Imagine if you're like, actually, I came here
I don't
today.
really know about that one. I feel uncomfortable. Can we do the next one?
No comment.
Okay. No comment.
gag.
It's
No comment.
hysterical. No comment.
I literally arrived in the Protect the Dolls
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Last question is, what would you say, what advice would you both give from your different perspectives? So what advice would you give to a young artist on how to better collaborate with their manager? And what advice would you give to a young manager on how to better collaborate with their artist? Or actually vice versa. What would you tell a manager to do better? Or what would you tell an artist to do better? Long story, not short. People who are really desperate to have a manager but don't understand what that dynamic means, or people who are desperate to be a manager and don't understand what that means. What is some advice that you two have learned in your both short, exciting careers that you think could help other people?
I think on my end as a manager, I think it's still something that I'm figuring out, like what that dynamic
I love that honesty. That's awesome.
is supposed to look like.
Yeah.
And I think it also will always sort of differ depending on clients. But I think the best advice that I could offer really is kind of the way that we started to work together was really actually like a slow burn and like really getting to know each other. I think not jumping in immediately is, I don't know. It's like a relationship. It's like you don't want to like fucking go right in right away and like.
You don't want a U-Haul, time to drag Morgan.
Yeah.
You don't want a U-Haul over here.
Clocky tuna tartar, Morgan. But
Fucking lesbian.
I think. Keep going.
Fucking.
Yeah, what else? We'll hear about this later.
But I
Kiss me.
I think also, even just what we were talking about being scared, like, hell, I'm scared all the damn time. And like, to be completely honest, I mean, it is a scary gig. And I think, you know, you just always want to do the best you can for these artists and also yourself. And it's fucking terrifying. Like, it's so scary, but you just kind of have to bulldoze through it. But in terms of advice, I would just say, get to know the fucking artist first. And just make sure you actually are clicking properly before you start working together.
Absolutely. What I would say is to the managers that if you are not 1,000,000,000% passionate about the artist, do give them the grace to go and find someone who is, because then you are unfortunately going to waste each other's time. And you need to, what I've learned is that the only times that it really starts to work is when the people around you and who you put as your team are like as invested in it as you are. And you have to think, or I think about Valencia Grace not anymore being just me, but like we are all Valencia Grace.
Yeah.
And it's like if you as a manager are ready to take on the role of like being an artist or like helping this artist out.
Yeah.
And then and then like, yeah, if there's any sliver of doubt, don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And then for artists, I would say my biggest piece of advice is to trust your intuition. And also something that like really helped me with you was like asking around and like asking other people, like, because when I first met them both, Wendy was, you know, taking the lead in the conversation, and I was getting to know her, and I knew that I would be working with Kyle, but I decided, or I couldn't work out how to get through to him. And so I then, you know, went to someone's show and then bumped into some people, and you're talking to da-da-da. Yeah, I'm talking to Kyle. He's really great. I'm like, okay, tell me about him. What's so great about him? Because I like don't,
I can't really tell.
I ask myself that too.
I'm not getting the greatness vibe. Tell me
I just like didn't get to speak to him.
Yeah.
And so like now then.
Also shout out Angela Barkin, who
Yeah.
was who you spoke to. I
Yes.
love her to death, and that's who told you all this
Absolutely.
stuff.
Yeah.
And she told me to have some one-on-one time with Kyle, and I really just trusted my intuition, really. I just could see, like, the same way that you see like a star, and you're like, you're gonna be a star. Like, I feel that way about him.
Yeah.
And I didn't honestly know that you could have like such talented management.
Wow.
So I think you just have to trust your intuition. But
Yeah.
again, it's the manager's job to not commit if they're not 100% passionate.
I really love that point a lot, because especially in our current world where everything moves so fucking fast, and a manager might go after an artist, a writer, a producer because one thing is going viral.
Right.
But we all know that unfortunately virality is not a business plan.
Yeah.
So if you're not obsessed with that artist, writer, producer, whatever they do, when that virality falls off, if you aren't obsessed with the art that they're making,
Yeah.
you're not going to do your job well.
Yeah.
Because you were just showing up because something was exciting.
Totally.
But now that something might not be exciting in 4 months. And if you aren't obsessed with us, get the fuck away.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also listen to their ideas, because it was working with, before we worked together, you did the set list, and I was like, wow, you created these different acts that really inspired me. The reason that the show has props and shit is because you fucking told me I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So once you realize, oh wow, I'm actually getting something from working with you, I'm learning or I'm being told stuff that no one's ever told me before. And I really just got the feeling with him, like, oh my goodness, I feel like no one else knows it the way that you do.
What I love about that too is, like, before you were officially working together, you presented ideas that you actually liked.
Yeah.
That's a lot of times I've done it, where you get into management relationships and there hasn't even really been business ideas presented or creative ideas presented. It's just all this sort of very vague, wishy-washy conversation.
No,
and you're
actual
desperate, so you don't
ideas.
know. So the fact that there was actual ideas that you liked
Yeah.
before you worked together is something I think a lot of people can learn from. That's
It
amazing.
wasn't even just like, I'm passionate about you and I think that whatever. It was, here is the set list I think you should perform. And I'm gonna break it down, and this is why these songs are like this. And
you liked it.
and then also just, you're so good. This isn't your question, but like an advice for like just artists and management teams, because like, I swear to God, no one thinks like you, and like, it's so important to tell as many people, but like, you are so good with like fan engagement and interaction, and just coming up with little fun things to give the fans or just bring them into the world. I was never thinking about shit like that.
Well, you know what I think is really important, and actually CJ Barron said this about you, is that it's so rare to have a manager who is the fan base. So many times it's, you know, especially specifically with pop coming from the feminine point of view, that it's managed by and A&R'd by old straight men.
Yeah.
And old straight men, for the most part, are never going to buy a ticket to your show, and we don't need them to, because the girls, gays, and theys are gonna buy a ticket to your show.
Right.
So to have a manager who is actually the demographic you're trying to sell your music to
Yeah, that's also pretty lucky.
is very fucking rare.
Yeah.
The amount of times that I have 60-year-old straight men telling me what a 19-year-old girl should be singing about. I'm like, I don't even tell her what to sing about.
Right.
If the artist isn't bringing it herself, I make sure there's another young woman in the room, because that's who the fucking audience is, not you, grandpa.
Yeah.
So it's yes, you're really fucking good at your job and you're connecting with your artist, but it's also like how smart to have a manager that's the actual demographic you're trying to engage with.
And one of the first things he said to me was like, I really, really want to find my pop diva. My pop girly, he said. My pop girly.
Yep.
And I was like,
Your
I
pop
really
themmy.
I really put that out
Pop
into the
Benny.
universe.
Yeah, I was like, I really hope I can be that for you.
Yeah.
It really is just so special that we found each other.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
I
you.
love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Very lucky.
That was Unfamous, motherfuckers. Round of applause for Valencia and Kyle. Watch Unfamous on Spotify. Subscribe for no ads. I'll see you there.